Alright, hello everyone, Dr. Krista here from Wave of Life Chiropractic Center, and welcome to another Yoga Thursday. Today we are going to be focusing on all things balance. So we're going to be running through some different balancing postures. So things that you might want are to have a yoga mat to help with the stability of your feet and the grounding down into the floor. You might want to be near some objects, whether it be the couch or a bar or something, whether it's the wall even, that you might need to balance or help with your balance rather. If you do have a yoga block or something like a yoga block that you could utilize, that might be something helpful. And last but not least, any sort of strap or belt type of situation that could help as well. Okay? Another disclaimer just before we get started, do not push yourself into any of these postures. We don't want you toppling over or, like I said, ever having any sharp pains that we talk about during all of our different yoga videos that we posted. A couple things to consider is to really focus on your breath while you are balancing. Try to get out of your own head saying that you can't do something. Rather change it to that I can do this. And last but not least, really focusing on what's known as your drishti, which is a point that's going to be in front of you that is not moving, that you can put all of your focus and attention on so that it can help with your balance as well. Okay? I'm going to give you some different modifications for different levels throughout each of the poses, and we're going to get started. So we'll start with an easy one. Most people know about tree pose. So you're going to stand about hip distance apart just to get started. Want to start in maybe mountain pose where our arms are just out to the side. Take a couple deep breaths in and out here. In and out through your nose. Just preparing for this balancing posture. And on your next inhale, then exhale, let it all go. Good. We're going to ground down into our right foot first, feeling like every single one of our toes is pressed into the floor as well as our heel. We're not pushing too far into our balls of our foot or too far back into the heel. Equal pressure throughout. Now, you can either tripod by putting the ball of your left foot on the ground and the heel of your left foot onto your right leg, bringing your hands to heart center. This is variation 1. If you want to take it a step further, you can bring that left foot up to your calf. And if you want to take it a step further than that, you can bring it up to the inside of your right thigh. Once again, this would be the area where you might need to grab onto the wall. We want to make sure that we're avoiding the knee joint. So you want to make sure that if you can't get it all the way up to the thigh, you stay below at that calf that we talked about. If you want to play around here, you can bring your arms down to the side. You can bring them up. And remember that trees sway in the wind, so if you lose your balance or feel a little off center, then that's totally fine too. A smile on your face is going to help. And then you're going to slowly, after you feel comfortable and have held the posture, release down. We're going to reverse that onto the opposite side, grounding down into the left foot. Again, having that option for tripod, calf, or upper thigh. Okay? Now, for the next pose, what we're going to do is you're going to start by having your right leg out at a 90-degree angle in front of you. Flexing your foot is going to help here, which means having that nice flexed foot versus a pointed toe. Flexed foot, nice and square hips towards the front of whatever direction you're looking. From here, we're going to start to shift our weight forward. Coming into what's known as Warrior 3, so you're going to extend that right foot all the way back towards the ceiling. It's okay if it's down here, if you want to get it as close to 90 or above as possible. And really you would like to get your arms out in front of you with a flat back as well. If you'd like to keep your hands at heart center, that's okay. And then you're slowly going to pendulum that leg down. You want to take it to the opposite side as well. Left foot, nice and flexed. Really ground down into that right foot. Holding here first, you want to stabilize and get your balance before slowly shifting at your hips, bringing that left leg back all the way, having the option to bring your arms out in front of you or keeping them here for you. All right. Great. So this next one that we're going to do is going to involve you bringing your leg out to the side. So make sure you have enough room around you. I'm going to move over slightly to the left so I don't hit the wall over here. And from here, you're going to bring your leg up. If you're able to grab your ankle, or you need to grab the inside of your thigh if you're not able to, or ideally you want to grab that big toe, and you're going to extend your leg out to the right. Again, you can hold on to something at the left if you're not able to get it that far. You can bring your arm under your thigh if you can't reach your toe. Pointing it is going to help in this position. And as I mentioned before, if you have a strap or a belt, this would be a time that you can also bring that under your foot, make a little loop, and kick that out to the side as well. It's okay, like I said, if you're down here to begin with, as flexibility and balance grows, you'll be able to get it up higher. And as always, you'll want to take that on the opposite side, grabbing that toe and extending out and balancing here. Alright, so this next one is called half moon. So you're going to want to maybe have your block if you don't want to be able to bring your hand all the way down to the mat. And from here, you're going to shift. Your left foot is going to face forward, but your hips are going to open up to the side. Your left arm is going to go down towards the mat. Right arm is going to extend up. So it's going to look something like this. Looks like a little bit of a half moon. Remember that there's always different sizes of your block or even other alternative items that you're using. Play around with that if you can get closer to the ground or if you need to stay up higher, whatever works best for you. If you want to do that on the opposite side as well, where you take that right hand down towards the mat, left leg is going to come up into the air. Nice open chest. Flexing that left foot is also going to help. And you can either choose to look down at the block, out right in front of you, or up towards your arm. So to see what that looks like, just like that. I have one more pose that I want to share with you guys, and it's going to involve us coming into downward facing dog first. From here, you're going to lift your leg into the air, nice and straight. You will then bend and start to open up your hip so that your right foot comes a little bit closer to the ground. This is going to be important, that if you can see your right foot under your left shoulder, then you can take the more advanced version of this pose where we flip the dog coming into wild thing. More basic, what we're going to do is start seated if you want to try this rather than coming from downward facing dog. Bring your left hand flat onto the mat. You're going to shift your weight of your hips and push them up towards the ceiling and bring your right arm up overhead. This is going to be the same thing as if you were to go from this downward facing dog, opening up that hip and flipping your dog over. Alright, again, you would want to try that on the opposite side as well. And I hope that you guys have some fun with these balancing techniques. Don't take it too hard if you can't get them right away. And definitely make sure that you're moving at your own pace and with your level as well. So I'll see you next time. Bye guys.